it's just I've been spending quite a bit of time with my dad and my brother and sister, and you guys all have been helping me get through it.
Everyone's on their own path. Everyone's on their own journey, and we were talking a few minutes ago about how, it's good to see the sun come out. Here comes the sun, especially after a storm. We had a nice storm last night. Mm-hmm. But then again, you look at last year, 2023, there was a storm there, 2 or 3 of them. And we roll into a new year with the faith and the hope that everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be okay. But we're still healing and going through a process, especially our friend Skeery. Now, at the end of the year, Skeery was out for a week before we took vacation. A lot of people were speculating, like, where is he? What's going on? Is he sick like everyone else? Well, no, he wasn't. He had something even more important going on. Skeery, do you want to talk about what's going on?
Sure. So my mom passed away. And so Elvis and the whole crew and everybody, you guys said, listen, don't come to work. I'm a guy that likes distractions, but I said, you know what? Let me take this time. So I was with my father, my brother, my sister, and we got through it because back in June, my mom was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia. And it's one of those leukemias, it's called TPLL, and it doesn't have a good prognosis. So we spent a lot of time in those months, hopeful, but knowing what was going to be a likely outcome. And so during that time, through the summer into the fall, and by the way, there's no chemo for this. This is only immunotherapy drugs that are available. So my mom, we tried, we were all together and we were hopeful. There was a possibility of maybe getting a stem cell transplant, which my brother, my sister, and I were all qualified for and ready to do and scheduled for late October. But after she got into remission once, that moment never came. She, other things took effect. So my mom, but every day she listened to the show. She was a big fan. Today's her birthday. And, it's just I've been spending quite a bit of time with my dad and my brother and sister, and you guys all have been helping me get through it. It's crazy. I never thought I would see that day, or I thought it would be in my 60s or 70s. So but anyway, that's it. Roseanne Skeery, I love you. She's listening right now in heaven. That's it.
We love you, Skeery.
We love you.
I'm gonna tell you, we make a lot of fun of Skeery for all of his Instagram posts over the holiday when he finally did go somewhere and you took some time for yourself to enjoy yourself, Skeery. To see the smile on your face again and see you having fun made me so happy. To see you doing something for yourself after everything that you and your family had been through.
Well, that's just it. It's the distractions, which I love. That's why I love coming in here, laughing with you guys, and it's it's when I go back home to that house, where I grew up, which my father still lives in, and me, my brother, and my sister, and helping my dad get through it. Thank God my father is very active and has a great network of friends. He's always out. He's always been out to dinners and breakfasts with his buddies, and thank God that's not changing. And I'm making a concerted effort to get into Brooklyn more often. Because, I get really nervous and get sad more for him, than anything else. I mean, I'll be okay. I'm good.
You don't have to be. It's okay to be. Really
no, I know. And believe me, this happened in right after Miami Jingle Ball, like the next morning on a Sunday. Right. And so it's been, we've had quite a few weeks now that slowly, every day gets a little bit better, a little brighter. So.
Well, it is a process. And several of us have been through it, and it's death is a part of life. It really sucks.
Yeah.
But I must say, on behalf of everyone here, we're very, very impressed and almost intrigued how you have faced this with so much courage and head on. Yeah. You're not running away from anything, and you're allowing us to protect you, as we did for a while there, because people were wondering where your daily posts were. Yeah. Where's Skeery? Something's wrong. We're like, well,
I want to say thank you to all the listeners, because everyone was coming out, like after about a week and a half of not posting on social media, people started DMing me like crazy, and they thought that I was sick, that I have RSV, or is it Skeery finally gets ill because I never get sick.
No.
And I'm like, no. But I wanted to keep it for a while because there was a lot going on around my family, and the wake and the funeral and everything like that, and there was a lot of family business that still needs to be done. It's crazy, and I guess when I'm here and when I'm out with my friends and I'm in a good place, it's those times where I was telling, I think Gandhi or Nate, or that the thing that I miss the most is when like I see like a recipe on Instagram and I would go like DM it to my mom and I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Or I have some great news to share. I come back from the show and my mom is always the first person I call, and I call and I'm like, I pick up the phone. I'm like, whoa. I can't do that anymore. So those are those moments that it comes back into play, But when I'm here, you guys are the best. That's all.
But that's going to happen, Skeery. That's going to happen, and it's going to always happen. Like I still want to call my dad about the New York Yankees when something happens or we get a new player, and I go, oh, I can't call him, And you're going to have moments where you break down, and it's all part of the process, and it's okay. It can be today, it can be months from now, it can be years from now. It's all part of the journey, and it's all normal.
And I want to thank you, especially Danielle. You spent about an hour and a half on the phone with me talking about this because we have that in common, and I know, I don't know, I just the support and the love of friends and family is immeasurable, and you don't realize how great that is to have in your life. I mean, everyone needs a strong friend, at least friends in a network of people, because it makes all the difference in the world, And I did get back out there, and I did, get that last week off. I wasn't going to sit in my apartment all last week by myself while everyone else went back to work. So my one buddy who was going away, I'm like, I'm going to join you. I'm out of here, and it was good. And my father was like, go. What are you doing? And that's what I want from my dad, too.
Well, that's what you do. I mean, Skeery, you have been, out of all of us, the one who likes to go and get out.
Right.
And you know what? And I must say, and I'm going to circle back to what I said earlier about how proud we are of your courage. You've always been the member of our family here that loves to stay out, that loves to sometimes run away from the icky part of life just to go have fun with your friends and order hors d'oeuvres and drink and have a good time and stay out late. But this is a situation where you had to stop and face the facts, and you had to stop and face reality, and you've done it, and you're doing it in such a beautiful and marvelous way. And so it'd be silly for us not to say, hey, we're proud of you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And that's the thing. And I'm glad you shared with us today. I know it's not easy to do.
Yeah.
And I sent a text to Skeery earlier, and may I read it to everyone?
Yeah. Please.
May I?
Yeah.
I said, we have such a unique arena to include grieving and loss process with our listeners. It allows us to put it out there, and in doing so, it opens the gates for positive response and collective love. It's a powerful thing. But there are so many people out there listening, Skeery, that don't have the #1 rated morning show in New York City.
Yeah.
No, seriously. But you know what? You have your own show. Wherever you're driving right now, you have your own show. You have your circle of friends who you rely on, and they rely on you. Depend on them, as Skeery has suggested you should do.
Yeah. And the day before New Year's Eve, you just sent me a really, really nice text, Elvis. You wrote, hey there, handsome. I wanted to give you your space. I needed to reach out. I want to let you know that you're on my mind and in my heart. And if obviously you asked if there's anything I can do, and the answer was not really at the moment. And then you wrote up, please take care of you. If not, spending time on your own to process, surround yourself with those who love you, allow your friends to take care of you. And I took that advice.
And you're doing it really well.
Yep.
Thank you.
So here's the part where, when we have a serious conversation, we push a button to take a break. So we do our best to make sure whatever piece of production comes up isn't embarrassing.
And that is my job, by the way.
It is your job.
I have to hold on a second and exchange this wild, goofy thing bumper coming up.
I know. We're sitting here talking about your mom, Roseanne. It's her birthday, and your loss, and your family's process. And then I push a button and it goes, okay, back more with the assets after this. I don't think we really...
Okay.
Can we make sure we take that ass hat production out for just now?
Okay, I've replaced it.
Skeery, how many times have I yelled at you? We'll have like a serious conversation about the most sad of things, and then it's all of us making fart noises in a microphone. Like, oh my God.
Or the time there was that serious conversation we were talking to Lady Gaga's mother, and then Scotty B belched.
Oh,
Burnt to the
my
middle
God.
of it. Oh, the timing is. I mean, look, we're not as professional as people think we are.
Good.